Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please Slay the Spire. This is the one, dude. I'm gritting my teeth. We're gonna get it done. Do you believe that? I want to believe it, but I'm not sure I do. Okay, well let's look at pathing first, right? I mean, this is a pretty nice starting path. 3 combat, 1 question mark, 1 shop, which probably an add or a remove. Honestly, max HP plus 7 is worth something, but I kind of like removal early out of all these options. I really, you know what? Playing a different style of game. Remember, you don't just give up HP anymore. And then as a result, we'll take more damage overall because of my idiocy. Okay, so what I've learned is take damage. No, what I've learned is draw can shuffle even a good strategy up. Give me a shrug. So we got our deck is too defensive. We're gonna be a little risky here. To get Dreamcatcher after all of that is a slap in the face. Well, we either take 8 damage or we take 9 damage. So I've chosen my poison. If we get shrug next turn, I'm gonna try this. I will say, maybe I've been thinking about Dreamcatcher all wrong. I'm not talking about the Stephen King movie. We do want 1 more turn of vulnerability. But if I rest, I could add a card, which probably at this early level is almost as good. Oh, dude, give me the whirlwind. Is almost as good as upgrading a card. You think? I'm not even just spinning a yarn on that one. I think that could literally be the case. Dude, I'll tell you. Very happy to have that potion. 18 damage. Well, 18 damage. Plus another little bit. Probably got you next turn. 11? Oh, easy money. I do want to upgrade Whirlwind. Like, that's... Yeah, why not? It's kind of non-negotiable. We could even pivot to a double elite fight instead of just going for this one. But dude, this path is nice. Like it's smooth. It's got upgrade targets. It's got some juicy stuff. I think I'm gonna go for the bash upgrade and then hope that this is not crystals. Lucky me. Then you do hope to get bash on turn 1, but we're so likely to get it turn 2, or guaranteed to get it turn 3. I didn't want to play Shrug there. I'm not going to play Battle Trance either. I think this is fine. We should, I was going to say, as long as we live through this turn, I think we're okay. We're going to have to get a little finesse on this draw. Or we might be dead. 28, 16, 21. Kill me. Should have rested, but, I mean, what did we have going for us in that run? A whirlwind and an upgraded bash. A laddie freaking da. I took a risk and it didn't work. Enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. You hate it, because there's just no way to get to an elite, so we'll take the max HP. Which is really just restoring value lost from, like, you know, Ascension 12, but whatever. Okay. Very simple. We do well when we draw bash on turn 1. 3 strikes next turn, please. Love it. So that one, I kind of gotta take the L on that one. I thought bash plus strike, in my heart of hearts, I said to myself, bash plus strike is better. I really did say it. Bash plus strike is 17. Hold on. 8 and then 20. No, it probably won't kill you, so we'll do it like this. So we took more damage than we needed to take as a result. It's just dumb. There's no, like, real... There's no solution to the issue there. We're going to keep toughing it out. It's what I deserve. Hemokinesis We can play, it's like offering, right? We can play it X number of times before it becomes actually deleterious. Once per fight, we still gain 3 HP. I think we will flex. But the fact that it can destroy enemies in one hit makes it extremely nice for getting around these guys who gain block. And some of the other AoE lords, you know, it's just nice to be able to destroy them. 16. So nobody's going to die. We might as well kill the one with the most HP. Nobody's going to die from the 2 strikes, I mean. Somebody obviously died from hemokinesis. But we're rebuilding here. Sadly, none of the... Like, all of these are their own archetype, kind of. Heavy Blade with Flex does work, but I think it's not possible to take early. Okay, we're going to take an aggressive path. It's not even worth playing the defend here. We are going to remove pain from the deck, but having warped tongs is just going to be really good. Next turn we got bash. Okay. So I think we eat garbage on this turn. We take 2 damage. Next turn, we hit you hard. We definitely need some AoE here. Well, you know. I didn't mean specifically like on this turn or nothing. Don't sweat it. Stop hitting me, by the way. So this is a great hemokinesis. Thank you so much. Still play it. Not going to play that, though. And in my own way, I feel very thankful that we have a regen potion so we can work through this a little bit. I do think a True Grit is good here. And we have to fight this elite, so we'll look at this. And I still think you get the bash, but the True Grit is... It's close because of that, like, wet dream in your head where you exhaust the curse. We have to play this. Then I think we play our good one, and then we roll the 50-50. Beautiful. Legitimately, I have no complaints about that. So I really think an upgraded card per turn. I mean, the minimum value of that is like 3 attack or 3 block. 2 attack or 3 block. It's pretty good. We'll add a shrug here. I mean, these are just good cards for the time being. You go True Grit next? I don't know. I actually feel like maybe Hemokinesis becomes a little bit less nerve-wracking to play. We would love to see a Rupture as well. Doesn't exist. That's okay. I think we absolutely have to remove Pain. If we can't play Reaper, we can't. If we can't buy Reaper, we can't buy Reaper. Life goes on. Evolve is pretty good. But it doesn't help against the Guardian. It doesn't really help against any of the AoE fights we would have coming up. So I think we made the right decision. You just see if you draw Bash. I want to take a quick look here. I think we'll exhaust a basic defend. Might as well make our deck a little bit better. So if we're going to wake him up, we're going to wake him up. The vulnerability lasts, and next turn is going to be a real pain in the butt for him. So we got Flex. Hemokinesis is aggressively good. I think we'll play a Shrug, and then, you know, I appreciate the damage dealt. Here, man, we like it, honestly. So we'll exhaust, probably this time, a basic strike, honestly. I know it's a little slower, but also we already exhausted a defend. So I think that we made the right call here, honestly. And all we need to do is 17 damage. Easy. Dude, we got an okay deck strength-wise. Not like strength. We don't have strength. We have a flex, but our attacks are decent. I think we need a little bit more gas, so I think as much as a sword boomerang is maybe a little underwhelming, I'm for it in this unique context. It's a pretty simple 1, 2, 3 here. We can afford to bide our time very, very slightly. 18 plus... If we flex... Dude, that's a puzzle we solved for once. And I do think a Carnage is actually our best attack now by default. I'm stoked to see it. As long as we can kill... I thought that said Louise. As long as we can kill Louise next turn, we got nothing to worry about. Love it. Might as well. Beautiful. Okay. So, Carnage Strike won't get you, but an upgraded Carnage... Oh, wait. Hold on. 38 damage? Yeah, we got you. Okay, these are just good cards. It's getting the job done. I will say... A Thunderclap gives me vulnerability and a little bit of AoE. So, I'm not saying a Totoso, but, I mean, you know the deal, right? We kind of a Totoso on this one. We should wipe one out. Still take 5 damage. I'm saving the regen potion. Honestly, if we can't get through this floor without using the regen potion, at least until the boss fight, like, we don't deserve to be here. That being said, maybe, you know, we don't want to throw good HP after bad here. We are going to upgrade before the boss, unless, you know, something more or less inconceivable happens. We'll be at 34. 34 HP without great blocking ability is a little on the... I mean, it's on the low side. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. But it's actually... We have to take Fiendfire, I think. Even though we don't have a thick deck, I still think we gotta go for it. But then I'd rather probably get Carnage upgraded and just make sure we play it. What I was gonna say is we actually have more HP because of the regen potions. We're actually at like 49 HP. I still don't think it's lights out. Just draw Carnage. Beauty. Extremely lucky, by the way. And you don't need to play anything else. The 3 turns of vulnerability, it'll hold you over. We'll flex for certain. And I think we'll just... You know, it's a good trade for me, economically speaking, but... Pop that regen potion because I'm a little afraid now. Don't need to play Fiendfire. If you don't want to play Fiendfire, don't play Fiendfire. I do think it's worth extending vulnerability for one more turn, but... You might debate that. You might debate that subject. Let's throw everything at the wall here. And I do think we didn't want to play our extra defend there. I really do think we had to capitalize a little bit on the vulnerability. And we'll just go for broke here. You're going to roll over next turn. We're definitely going to draw Bash. Yeah, that was pretty much a guarantee. If we don't play Carnage, we lose it forever. See ya. So it's a problem. There's no doubt about that. Nobody's questioning whether or not it is or isn't a problem. That much is apparent. What on earth are you gonna do? Because we're actually dead. And I can't split you. I can hit you for 28. And I can hit you for 22. I can hit you for 22. Alright, that's... Life goes on. This one sucks, though, because I thought we were getting somewhere. You know what I did learn on this run, though? Hemokinesis is not to be disrespected. Actually saved me way more HP than it lost me, I think. I will lose all gold to transform 2 strikes. Dark Embrace, Infernal Blade. You just always look on the bright side of life. I didn't even need to ask, and I know this is getting close to salt territory. I didn't even need to ask if I would draw my shiny new rare card on turn 1. because of course, if it's useless, you're going to draw it on turn 1. Is only when it's good. You're probably not going to draw it. So I'm taking an aspirational card, okay? I'm willing to do it. We have to fight an elite before the campfire. I'm willing to take a curse. I don't want our HP to get too, you know, busted. Like a Dave Matthews Band album. We know Rampage can work. We don't need to build our whole deck around it to make it tick. Mind you, that would, I mean, it would help. It pays, for sure. I don't think Disarm's that good here. It does give us Dark Embrace value. Power Through specifically, I mean, extra, what I meant is Evolve. But Evolve helps us out to a staggering degree early on. It bodies, not this elite, unfortunately, but it's the thought that counts. But it definitely helps us out a lot against the slimes, which is the principal reason it was taken here. So this is huge. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I don't want to see this. We might as well try to draw all the way through to Bash again. Now, obviously, we didn't get there, but I'm just trying. We can live through 2 turns, but we really gotta. I think if we had Bash Rampage there, maybe we're gonna live, but it's gonna be hot. Ancient Tea Set is pretty good, dude. I love Clothesline. I know we look like we're dead. I think we rest and we'll go a little elite heavy for the time being. And heal me again, thank you. So we'll definitely go elite heavy, but... That's right, we just went to the campfire, so we have way more energy. We could still bail out of this. I'm learning. I know it seems like my brain is shrinking on these runs. Headbutt is mission critical for Rampage. But I actually feel like I'm learning... I will do it. I feel like I'm learning more than you would expect. I'm trying different things. Like, I'm not just going for this straight up, like, okay, well, we got hit early. We still have to upgrade a card. You know? I understand now, or I'm beginning to understand... There's another spectrum we can get better. Your deck getting better is one thing, but also just getting more relics can give you enough to succeed. It's not necessarily likely, but this is a pain in the butt. At least we got some weakness out there, but it's more damage than I thought we would have taken there. Life goes on. Happy Flower is more energy. We don't need another Rampage. It's a very interesting series of cards that we skipped over. I don't know, with the energy here, we might have actually had a chance at Demon Form, but it's more of a risk than I'm personally willing to take. That was a really lucky Infernal Blade. Thank you so much. Entrench is still, like, really interesting. Just requires a little too much too early for us to commit, I think, but... I don't know. I'm having a hard time imagining the second floor. The first floor, you know, I could see us beating the boss. You never know what's going to happen. The second floor, start to call it into question a little bit. Well, is so close. Is so close to making me a happy man, and yet instead you've chosen to disappoint me. I should have really brought back a block, now that I think about it. It's not like we had no choice in the matter. Take a battle trance. The faster we can get to Rampage, the better. Let's not lose our gold. We're fighting the slime. I think, and it's a little unlikely. I think with a good speed potion, we could do this. It would help to draw Rampage early. I really appreciate that. Thank you. We have 6 energy turn 1. This is hilarious. Of course, I would rather have 2 Rampages. If we're getting one for free. Hold on. 18. This would take you down to 75. And split you. I don't think we can do it. I think we gotta wait for a bigger split turn. 13, 9, it's 22, 31. You'll be at 62. Okay. And we won't bring anything back. 62 is not great. But if you get things, you know, working out in your favor, this is another 18 damage. You're at 34. 34 won't split you. It puts you in a great position to be bodied by a Rampage or 2 next turn. I don't want to talk about it. We have 8 HP. I did say or 2. We need to live. It's not possible. It's not possible to live. The only way to do it would be to split you. That's incredible. How does that happen? Okay. Playing a little emotionally. I'm not upset, but I'm playing like I'm upset. So let's take a deep breath. You made it to the boss. I would rather have a rare card than a common relic. Juggernaut. Okay. It's not like it's necessarily a build around. Because those don't exist in this game. However, if we got a fight that goes on longer than a few turns, we are going to absolutely love Juggernaut. There's no doubt about it. I think I'm going to hit you once and block as much as possible. Pretty easy to get to 15 damage next turn. Okay. So, we can tailor our deck in such a way, and I actually don't really like any of those, to be honest, but we can tailor our deck in such a way that we get the best value possible out of Juggernaut. In particular, Iron Waves become disgusting, Rage becomes fantastic. I think this right off the bat, sure we take 2 damage, but it makes blocking so much easier in the future. You know, when you draw it. Yeah. I actually think Juggernaut might be one of my most underrated rares. I like them both. I think we do want an Entrench, honestly. And that'll be my first upgrade target now. Now without Barricade, it's still like it's a little touchy. But I think we have the foundation of a deck that could accomplish some pretty good stuff. Plus, it's just you're styling on an enemy when you kill him with a block. I do think a spot weakness. You know, if we tank and then gain strength, I think that could get us there. At some point, we're going to need to add an attack to this deck. I swear they put their finger on the scale on this one. Now, this is actually going to be spottier than you would have thought, but... yeah, this isn't the guy you want to fight. I think you gotta gain the strength. It's not gonna change our time to be killed. We gotta find a way to do 32 damage to him next turn or live. Well, let's hope we're living, dude. Okay, let's see. Dead. Dead. I love this game, for the record. And it's It pains me that I'm being driven away from it by a combination of its difficulty and my own idiocy. Well, there's a genuine elite chance, and if you get insanely lucky, and I take issue with the fact that saying insanely lucky, you know, it seems like such a bad thing. I think you gotta be pretty friggin' lucky to win A20 at any time. Well, we're really going for it then. No combat. You love to see it, dude. You know what? Give me an early Reaper. Sorry, what did we put in our deck? Iron Wave Bash. Yeah, give me an early Reaper. I think that's not necessarily a card you have to win, but very helpful nonetheless. I'll take the gold. We're definitely getting one elite. There's actually a realistic chance we can get two. You know, even the best players, to the best of my knowledge, still... No combat, please. It's still really nice, but they still only win 30% of the time. You gotta be pretty lucky. You could always just take Corruption and then hope to find Dead Branch. But it's really... It's a strategy that only works for one character, you know? I think we got as lucky as you're ever gonna get with your, we might as well... Nah, let's shoot for the moon. I'm the happiest man in the world. We got as lucky as we're ever gonna get with the Lament there. Mercury Hourglass. We don't want a Rampage. I don't really think we want Anger. If we're gonna take Berserk, like, I think we need more blocks. You know, again, why not? We never take it. I do think we still want Omamori, even with Darkstone, but we never take it. Let's take it. Because what we've been doing has not been working out for us. We gotta Costanza it a little bit, I think. Okay, Purple Fire Spirits, dude. Love to see it. We can make our deck slightly more defensive by getting rid of some of our offense. All right. Could be better, could be worse. Yeah, I mean, I apologize. Obviously, like, this run has not been that fantastic. We got to do 22 damage. Hold on, let me think. We're not going to get there. Oh, we are going to get there. Thank you, Berserk, for getting us there. Hold on. Disarm's not that good here, unfortunately. You always got to go for it, dude. Because, again, if you got to get lucky, you might as well give yourself maximum luck chance. But we're really out here trying. I mean, Slay the Spire, it's... I don't really want to be made vulnerable even to play Reaper right now, but it's like Stockholm Syndrome. It's one of the games I flock to early in the day, and I'm like, this is what I want to play immediately today, is Slay the Spire. And, you know, the dailies have been going pretty well. Everything else a little touchy. Pretty sweet, though, that we got Berserk on turn 1. He doesn't even attack until turn 3. So we're not spending our extra energy, because that would just be unfair, is the thing. So we're gonna play it a little slow here. We're gonna roll him over at the literal worst amount of energy or HP you could possibly be rolled over at, and then we're gonna wonder why the run's hard. It's okay. 4 energy and a good deck. It can cover up for a lot of mistakes. Let's hope it can cover up for this one. Okay, so you are in a very dangerous spot, my friend. 33 HP. We gotta hit you. Priority number 1. Okay, we're totally fine. As long as we draw 2 attacks. We're still fine. It's just annoying. But good comedic timing from the game. That's undeniable. Okay, we really would like to hit you on a vulnerable turn. This turn is going to have to be as good as it gets, unfortunately. 11 HP each. Reaper will do 4. Nah, we got to do something like this. I don't think there's we should have played Slime, obviously. I don't think there's a point in healing because we just get to a maximum level of HP anyway. So Berserk is fine. It is a little scary. Exhume, right now it hits Infernal Blade or Reaper. I think it's good enough. Honestly, it's very simple. I think you go Snecko Eye. I think you go Snecko Eye, you take expensive cards, you take high value cards, and you hope to just squeeze into that little window where you can actually win this run. Basically by luck. To be fair. Well, we'll definitely play a free defend. Apart from that, I mean, honestly, like a Reaper, and then you can't play Clothesline, brother. What are you thinking? I don't think this is the right time. Either way, we healed for 6 and we got hurt for 6, but I guess we got hit for 7. But it's not the right time to play Essence of Steel. I think you just go heavy on the block. Just because you lose the plated armor so fast. Yeah, this isn't too bad, honestly. For a fight where it could have all easily gone wrong. I mean, we could have waited around for a Reaper here. It's not a bad idea. I definitely think you take a Clothesline. Let's think about this. I don't think Mind Blast is the right play. I actually think Mayhem is the right play. Who needs energy if you just get an extra card every turn? Now we gotta find the space to play it. 18 damage. Even though Reaper is cheap, I think we'd rather consider the value we get from extra weakness and a big damage bonus. So Mayhem's like easy money. I don't think we need to play Berserk. Doing 9 damage. Nothing to exhume. Just hit you. I don't like getting it for 9. Given the choice, I would rather avoid it. But okay, Mayhem, hit exhume, so basically no value. Yeah, we'll play a Flame Barrier and a defend. It's not great or even good, but it is good enough. Yo, anytime you can get a free Reaper, I think you're a happy man. I don't know. Okay, we're still going to be fine, probably, but also should not have played that, perhaps, but oh well. A Perfected Strike. It is expensive, but I don't think the damage is that good, even though it's upgraded. Let me think. So 6 and then 3. So it's 18 damage for 2. I don't think it has a place in this deck right now. We will obtain a relic to become cursed. I don't know how well calipers will work for us, but we're here. Mayhem gets cheaper. That's no good. Reaper will get stronger. Both of our clotheslines will get stronger, so those are good upgrade targets. I do want to go elite heavy, but we got to make sure it'll actually work for us. So Berserk is a little dangerous. But only for 2 turns. I actually think it might be like totally worth fishing for here. Although, it's a little touchy. We'll be a 14. We'll take 6 damage and lose 1 plated armor. It's not that bad. And then you're doing 30 damage. That's obviously, it's pretty bad. I think we'll just play the Mayhem. And I definitely, obviously should have played the Reaper. I'm just still getting used to it costing 0. Okay, so we're over our vulnerability. I think I like Bash, Defend, upgraded Clothesline. Take 11 damage, but we need the vulnerability out there. Dude, okay. Free Reaper. Iron Wave is a good get. Anything that costs 0 is going to be played. And then... Alright, it's still... I mean, it's pretty bad. It's not a great situation. A lot of wounds out here. He's doing 30 damage. Flame Barrier is a big one. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. It's really good, actually. He'll be dead on the first swing. Lucky. Okay, Blood Vial's fine. I don't know if you can have too many clotheslines. To keep an enemy weak feels advantageous. Now, I'll tell you, I'm gonna rest. Right? Okay, use your head. Certainly makes things a little tricky. I'm gonna exhume the... Yeah, and I'm happy I did. Honestly, I think we do 28 damage to you. There's a lot of good cards that got... I mean, there's one good card that got taken there, and it's Berserk, but... 16 damage. Oh, we can get there. Easy. We do need to somehow put damage on you. Mayhem, hopefully, will, you know, turn the tide a little bit in our favor. Honestly, I think I really would like to at least clothesline you once, just to keep you off my back. Then, I mean, Reaper does 4 damage. It also gives us a good heal. 4 damage each, I should say. Clothesline gets a kill, but I think I still would rather just clothesline you. You guys are easy enough to kill regardless. Mercury Hourglass is going to kill one of you anyway. He should attack now, but he's weak, thankfully. Okay, wait a minute. I thought you... Oh, you had a block from the leader. Fair. Frustrating, but fair. Well, you have to be killed. It's pretty bad. I think you gotta spend... Oh, you can't even spend 2 energy to kill him. Jeez Louise. You can only do one thing? Alright. I'll block for 6. It's really bad, but... I mean, you gotta go, but you gotta go. Let's pop this. I'm a little frightened here. I mean, a 1-cost attack, okay. And then... I don't know. I'm just gonna hit you with the basics. What are you doing next turn? He's weak for a while, so we got a bit of a window, but not much. I clothesline him for 1. We are still living, but it's dang close, dude. So this will take us to 43, but it'll take us to 47. Oh, we should have bashed him first when the turn's over. So I'd rather save the 1 energy and do it like this. I know it seems messed up, but we live on this. So you just gotta trust me. Then, we can't play Hemokinesis. We made it. We got Pen Nib, which was definitely like super not worth the trouble, but who knows? Maybe in the future it could be. We got a lot of weakness. That's what you like to see against this guy. Although on turn 1, he's being surprisingly coy. Heal for 2. Hit him for 9. He'll get 5. Heal for 1. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is very much why you like clothesline here. We can play a defend, which we will. We're gonna take 9 damage. Could be worse. Okay, Mayhem. Dude, you love to see it. We're hanging in there. It would still be nice to get like some bludgeons, some nutso stuff, you know, a demon form. At this point, I think we could probably say we have enough clotheslines. I think we have to. You know, I think this is a loss. So let's throw it at the wall. We got the Necronomicon. Almost certainly the most valuable of all the ironclad options there. We could always double up on Reaper, but to have it with Pen Nib already, that's pretty big, honestly. Okay, so, I mean, we're gonna have to rest Calipers. Just the fact that we're getting, you know, some HP out of Reaper is very surprising to me, but also extremely welcome. Don't get me wrong. I just clothesline Iron Wave, honestly, and, you know, Iron Wave being doubled is very nice. We definitely do not want to play Berserk. Clothesline doubles. Okay, I'm not saying we got a chance. And absolutely we like Barricade even with Calipers. What I'm saying is that based on getting the Necronomicon and healing up way better than we ever would have expected there is a shot. So now we always want to play zero cost defense when they show up. Honestly, it sounds ridiculous, but I might rather have 5 extra block for whenever he attacks than do 12 extra damage. Bash is a no-brainer. And we can afford to play Iron Wave. Sorry, we can afford to play Infernal Blade is what I meant to say. This is going to be a bad debuff, but 20 damage. Okay. We definitely want Berserk out there. I think you still play it, even though he's hidden hard. Oh, we're already vulnerable, so it just extends it by a turn. That was the right turn to get it out there. So now 2 cost cards get played multiple times. Even though, well, they get played twice, not multiple times, and only the first one. I would rather have extra weakness on him, legitimately. You know I'm staring down the barrel of something that bizarrely seems like it could win. You might as well go for the Reaper here. We have a great excuse to play all of our defense. Keep in mind we got Barricade for free. That's not going to happen in every circumstance. Dude, what is a clothesline? Lucky us. The Iron Waves are easy to justify. Dude, play another clothesline on here. We still need some form of progressive damage, and honestly, one of the best ways to get that going would be a 16. I think we'd rather play it like this. One of the best ways to get that going would be a Demon Form. It's an expensive card. It grows us. It could get us there. It works extremely well with Reaper, if we needed to. My philosophy is very simple. Anytime we can build the blocks, I'm not going to play, you know, basic strikes if we get the chance to get something a little bit better. So, I mean, we probably don't need the weakness, but it's helpful to have the damage at least. So he's going to take a turn off, get rid of all of his debuffs. That's fine. It's not hard to weaken him in the future. What do we care about then? Well, I mean, you definitely play your blocks. Honestly, at that point, we'd probably rather just double up on the Iron Wave blocks. And it does do raw damage to him, so like we'll still sneak some of that in there. But 47 block protects us from one of his big attacks, probably, more or less. Especially if we can weaken him right after. And I think we will still weaken, for sure. Puts us in a much safer position. Dude, this is a really... I forgot we're on A20. That's how easy this fight has become. It feels like we're in a daily right now. That's a very good sign. We would still love an energy relic. Honestly, to pick up something like Brimstone could be interesting. And remember, we gotta fight 2 bosses. Even if we make it to the end of the 3rd floor. So, like, who knows? But for now, that was very easy. We don't need 2 barricades. But limit break is worthless. You gotta hedge your bets, you know? Are you gonna... Do we need a limit break? Probably not. Probably not. If we get some strength gain, would we want limit break to be in the deck? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have to skip. I don't think we take the limit break. I'm gonna take the limit break. No more potions. Unnecessary. 4 energy by itself is really good. Okay, so we gotta hit a shop. And I'll fight enemies to get there. Just 4 energy by itself is fantastic. It does suck when you get like no blocks on top of that, but I'll tell you, I think we stall, and I think we actually play our block, take 7 damage. Gotta love that. Gotta love this. Gotta love this. We don't have a barricade out there yet, but still. Turns out things aren't looking so dangerous anymore. I am not messing with you, and I have not said this for quite some time. This run has a legitimate chance, as I see it. Nada. I don't trust the heavy blade. Not until we get strength. I don't think we can stake our whole life on getting there. So start slow here. 26. We can berserk. 29. Not that bad. Who wants to live forever? Very good. Useful. Actually, I think our best option. Okay, so just build up a big barricade to use on this guy, I think is the dream. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thanks. Really appreciate that one. I would like to thank you because I appreciate that one. Is this amusing to you? Are you having a laugh in the court of the king? If we took limit break, we have to take the spot weakness and then just hope that it gets cheaper. I'm no longer upset about the way that this went because I need the Reaper to be strong enough. Good stuff. I need the Reaper to be strong enough to heal us on the Donu Deka fight so we could have a chance on the other fight. It's pretty simple. This sucks really bad. We gotta try to knock one enemy out, but he's not that weak. So I think instead we go for something like that. Okay. It's still pretty horrible. But remember, we have a Reaper. That's a huge heal. So this is pretty much how this deck is supposed to go now. And then an Exhume to play a Reaper twice is a big part of it. Thank you. This is what's supposed to happen. Weirdly enough. 4 energy. So I'm thinking. I actually think we want to spend on spot weakness. Now because we're so strong. Just hit you with that. Again, if we could just get our strength to 70, then we play Reaper. Who cares if we took damage earlier on the fight, right? But it's not necessarily like the way I'm approaching this. But knowing there's an Exhume left, I'll take one. Yeah, sure. I'll take one. Exhume double tap Reaper would be pretty sick. It's not going to be double tap, but that's okay. You get the bash out there. You play the Reaper. It's a good heal. Don't need anything else. Will we fight the elite? That depends. I think there's a great case for not fighting the elite right now. 36 damage, huh? Well, I'll tell you, turn 1, I don't really feel like we need to play Barricade then. It's 33. We're only taking 7. Dude, that's not that bad. You gotta own that. So we do love a Reaper, but it's not the right time. It's a terrible draw. It's your play. These guys don't res, so if you can knock one out and then just get ahead of the other two. Oh, there's some real yikesables. Some yikesable moments. This might be a live situation. One of those situations where you just want to survive. You know what? Give me a mayhem out there. I think we're going to get you next turn anyway, but by doing this, I think we can pull ahead. Reaper will hit for 16. We'll heal for a chunk, but then you're going to hit like a friggin' truck. Wait, no. I'll hit you for 16. You'll need to take 2 damage after that. It's not possible. I can't hit you for what you need to be hit for. But if I hit for... it'll be 10. What I wouldn't give. I still think you play it. Do we even gain on it, though? We're going to gain 10. And then we're going to gain 16 for 26. Oh, the pen nib. Oh, thank God. I mean, it wouldn't have made the difference between life and death, but it's very helpful nonetheless. 210. So this will drop us down to... I mean, we're not going to, in all likelihood, care that much about that. It's really, do we want an attack in hand on turn 1? I actually don't think it's that relevant to have an attack in hand on turn 1. Honestly, I don't think Apotheosis, it just makes things cheaper, so I think it's kind of, not a waste, but I don't think it's that valuable. This is it's a real head scratcher, y'all. Maybe there is an attack we'd like to have. You know, we might like to have Bash in hand. For vulnerability. We wouldn't have been able to buy this and that, by the way. And I don't think we're going to buy maybe anything else. So we'll go for upgrades. Limit Break has to be upgraded. It's the win con. We have to take Safe Path. I actually think I don't mind a 1-cost block. We haven't added a whole lot of block. It also has draw. We have to take the path that has campfires. Because there's a real chance. Somehow, some way, this run ended up getting more or less where it needed to go. Well... honestly, it might rather weaken you. And it sounds busted. But I genuinely think that, and you don't exhume that, you exhume Reaper. But I I genuinely think that might be the right call. So this fight is going to be touchy. We're taking 10 right off the bat. 12, actually. Didn't notice. Really depends how long we think this guy's going to live for. I don't think we heal yet. I think we can do better. But there's an inherent gamble involved. And in order to make it happen, you have to play this. So we're taking another 22. Okay, okay. Barricade only makes sense if we can get enough block. And I don't think we can get enough block to make it make sense. But, actually, okay, so play that. You can play barricade and up block. That's the only resolution here. Things are getting a little scary. We got to pen nib. In some ways, I don't believe it. I actually think we could make a case for rage, even though it's a 0-cost card. So here's what I'm learning. I'm learning a lot here. Slow down. And you don't always have to play everything. I will vulnerable you, but that's exactly what I like there. You don't have to play everything. This is a fight you could handle in a controlled fashion. I would still probably like to switch up. Still like to switch up. You know what? Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Turns out 18 damage actually isn't really all that much. We have to do damage to him. Given the situation, I think you just let it ride. If we slow play these guys, we can get to Reaper. It has to be done right, though. So I think you like it, and then you try it. 30 damage is horrendous. We're not, no, we're not going to be able to play Barricade, but that's okay. Because you gotta swap them around. What's he do? 13 damage is way better. It's a much better situation. Barricade can come back. We do have a lot of vulnerability. I'm not a huge fan of that, honestly, but you like it? 16? Sure. Why not? 2 champagne tickets. I can do this all day. You know how long... I don't care if it takes me 45 minutes to do this fight. You know how long it takes me to win A20? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That's why I'll be here. This one we gotta think through. 13 damage. Is legitimately probably just about as good as it gets. So you know what? You take your 8 damage. You take your vulnerability for the rest of your natural lifespan here. You hit him with the spot weakness. All of a sudden, you're starting to roll. And not only are you starting to roll, you're starting to get it. 30 damage. That's still pretty bad. 18 damage. That's nothing. Hit me for another 5. Doesn't matter. We got Reaper. It's gonna take a bit. But work with me here, okay? We gotta hit him. I don't want to curse in our deck. Not now. You live. You let it ride. We don't have a thick deck. Reaper's coming back around. There's no rush. There's no rush. Alright, the rush is now in. There's a rush. I'm sorry. Earlier when I said there was no rush, I wasn't aware of the circumstance. I would really like to draw it immediately, please. Thank you. You've done me a great service today. as a huge heal. And we're back. Immolate. Not good enough. Blood for blood. Almost certainly good enough. I'm skipping it. I know it seems like I'm losing it, but I'm skipping it because I can't guarantee. The deck is good enough as is. It has a chance. Only the clotheslines even like benefit us in any way. I don't want to metallicize, dude. I'm gonna grab it though because we have barricade. Okay, here we are. Here we are. We're gonna rest up. You never know. I really think as long as we Reaper appropriately, we got every chance in the world to make this happen. For real. Spell weakness is important. Limit break is of critical importance. Iron Wave is just nice. So definitely Bash has to get out there early. We're not taking damage. We want this barricade up ASAP, please. Doesn't exist yet. That's okay. This is a much worse turn. We do have to get vulnerable, even though it sucks. And it sucks really bad. In order to play all the cards we want to play, we need to be there. No barricades still. Starting to get a little nervous. Exhume is mission critical. Exhume does not get popped. I think you gotta let it ride. Exhume does not get popped until it's absolutely necessary to get that other Reaper back. So we do have to live through this turn, and this is the sketchy part. Barricade, very nice, thank you. Shrug, very important. Iron Waves, never gonna say no. Really appreciate that. 26. This kills us. This lets us live. Briefly. 36. That's not as easy. Now we start to get into the tough spot. Okay. Well, limit break, Reaper, Exhume, Reaper. The first heal is not worth very much. It's the second one that keeps you alive. Now, this puts us in a really tough spot because we're going to have like 11 HP when we finish the fight. But depending, I mean, we got to get through this boss first. But depending on what boss we potentially fight next, it could change it up a little bit. Hold on. So that's 60 damage, dude, times 2. If I get 4 more strength, it'll be 64 damage. Hope my math checks out. I'm just thinking, do I need to kill you? And I think specifically, yes, obviously that would be a wise idea. We're not going to play the defense. We're going to kill you. Oh, this is only because of spell weakness. Hold on. Or not spell weakness, but pen nib. Because we're only 16 strength up. Still think you double up on it, dude. Not a good time to be dumb. It's okay. 42. We're at... it's not bad. Don't even sweat this one just yet. I think we're still gonna play this and do what I wouldn't give for a chance to pull another Reaper out here. 32 strength up. But I think we played that as well as we could have. If anything screwed us, and I'm not being too petty, but if anything screwed us, it was drawing Barricade super late. Drawing it on our last turn caused us a big problem. Now we're going to live to the second boss fight. Who would have thought? Sneko has earned itself a place in the castle of the king. We'd like to play one more attack. Start with Pen Nib. Who knows? Timekeeper. I'd love to live through turn 1, brother. Boy, would I love to live through the first turn. Can you get me there? $18 damage. Okay. Okay. Can't get there. Can't get there. It hurts. It hurts. I think we had a real chance. For now, though, life goes on, and I feel rejuvenated. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya. Smile on my face.